I really dislike most of the pop music, and I just even can't get started with techno music. I already showed you these two guys, my earplugs, but that's not all. Are you an introvert who gets uncomfortable at the idea of going to the gym? Or maybe you're even a highly sensitive person, or HSP, who gets easily overstimulated by big crowds, different kinds of lights, lots of loud music? If this is you, then today's video is for you. If you're anything like many of my clients, and honestly myself too, you're more introverted than extroverted. You really like your peace. You really like being at home. You don't like loud music, quick surface level conversations, lots of bright lights, and in general, too much stimulation. All this can leave you stressed, overstimulated, and just really exhausted. If this is you, you might be wondering, how on earth am I going to survive the gym? This is what I want to help you with today. Because if you're an introvert or highly sensitive person, you might be thinking, the gym is not for people like me. Everybody there is gonna look at me. It's so uncomfortable. I have no idea what to do there. I'm afraid I'll make a total fool of myself. What if I get in somebody's way? Or what if I have to walk across the gym to another tool that I want to use and everybody sees that? Everybody will be staring at me. And also, I just can't handle the music. And I absolutely agree, which is why I have these two little buddies with me, my earplugs, every time I go to the gym. But it gets better than just earplugs. Later in this video, I'll share with you my favorite introvert super hack for dramatically reducing the noise that you might have at the gym. So you might be worried about all of these things, and as a result, maybe even convince yourself that I don't actually even need to work out. Walking is nice and yoga is enough, and I don't really need to lift weights, right? Right? And that, my friend, is not true. You do need strength training, and there's a way to do it, even as a highly sensitive person and introvert. Look, I think walking is amazing. I love to walk. It's restorative. It's a nice way to move your body. And yoga is also really good for flexibility, balance, and also reducing stress. But these two activities don't provide the same strength building benefits as resistance training. That protective tissue, which is your muscle, really helps you with your bone density, obviously with your strength, blood sugar regulation, even hormonal balance. And of course, strength training really shapes your body and gives you the shape that you want. And these are the things that we all need, whether we're extrovert, introvert, young, old, man, woman, we all need these health benefits. So we simply cannot replace strength training. So if the gym feels scary, overwhelming, or just very much not like your natural environment, let's talk about how to still make it work. Over the years, I've worked with many highly sensitive and introverted people who thought that gym is not a place for them. People who sat in the parking lot in front of the gym and crying because they were so scared to go inside. People who were worried about being watched, getting in somebody's way, or looking foolish, or taking up too much space. But interestingly, once they actually got going and became familiar with the routine, they all discovered the same thing. The gym itself was never the biggest problem. It was the anticipation of going and the stories that they told themselves that actually scared them. To show you what I mean, let me share with you two stories from two women who felt about the gym the same way that you might be feeling about the gym right now. One of my introverted clients admitted that she talked herself out of going to the gym and getting the membership because she told herself that the gym is just too far. It's going to take too long to drive there. Deep inside, she knew that she was just trying to talk herself out of it because the drive was 7 minutes. And at the same time, she somehow had all the time in the world to go to the Hallmark store to check out cute cards and journals and notebooks. Eventually, she had to be honest with herself. If I have the time to go to the Hallmark store, I do have the time to go to the gym. For her though, even the thought of working out in a big space with a lot of people felt really scary. She was really worried about getting in other people's way or walking across the gym where everybody could just look at her. She said that she felt like she would be on display and that was just uncomfortable. But she had outgrown the weights that she had at home and that she had used previously. And if she wanted to get stronger, then she had to do something about it. She didn't have the space or the finances to build a gym at home, so she had to start going to the gym. When she finally decided that she's going to do it, it still took her 2 more weeks, to actually do it. She got the $15 membership at Planet Fitness, and it's been 6 months since she started, and it's been going great. She says that she just walks in, does her workout, leaves, and that's all. And if you're now thinking, oh, that's easy for people who are like in their 20s and 30s, well, this lady was 56 years young when she started going to the gym, and she did it despite being an introvert. And last week when we talked about it, here's how she summed the whole experience up. Didn't die. Now here's a story from another woman. Before we met, she had been on a very restrictive diet, and as a result, she had lost 30 pounds. But even after putting in all this work to lose 30 pounds, she realized that she didn't like the way she looked. She knew that if she wanted to build stronger, healthier, fitter body, she needed to start strength training. But that was a problem because she was introverted and definitely a highly sensitive person. The idea of walking into the gym that's packed with a lot of people and the majority of people are men, it just felt really uncomfortable. There were days when she sat in front of the gym in the car crying because that's how difficult it was to go in. And even though she was feeling so self-conscious, she knew that if she wanted to change her body, she just has to go. It took her 9 full weeks of consistently going to the gym before it started to feel like home. 9 weeks, not 9 days. Today, she's been working out at the gym for over 4 years and she feels completely comfortable there. And in fact, if you met her now, you would never guess that she was the girl sitting in a car crying because she was so afraid of the gym. So if you are an introverted person too, or maybe you're a highly sensitive person, then let's talk about 9 ways how you can make your gym experience more comfortable. Tip number 1, trust that people at the gym are generally very supportive. They actually really are super supportive. I think sometimes the media has maybe tried to paint a picture that gyms are somehow aggressive or people are there to make fun of others. This has never ever been my experience. Most people are there to get fit. Some are there to socialize. That's fine too if they want to do it, but nobody's there to intentionally make fun of new people. And I think that this is very comforting for highly sensitive people and introverts to know because we tend to be a little bit more self-conscious. We imagine people watching us and judging us or worrying about how they might perceive us or noticing every little thing that we're doing. But the truth is that most people are there to do their own workout and they really don't pay attention to you. Tip number 2, know how to handle the music. Now, this is a big one and one thing that I would change right away if I could. If it were up to me, the only sounds I would hear at the gym would be the clang of iron and the sound of work. I really dislike most of the pop music and I just even can't get started with techno music. But this is what we're facing in most gyms. So let me now show you my ultimate introvert, highly sensitive person hack. I already showed you these 2 guys, my earplugs, but that's not all. Sometimes I put in my earplugs, I put on my headphones, I turn on the noise canceling, and I'm not even playing any music. My husband calls it the most introverted, highly sensitive person hack ever, and it probably is. And it's super cool. Overstimulation is super hard for me, especially when it's music, when it's loud sounds. I just don't like it at all. And if this is you too, feel free to steal that trick because it really works. It makes your whole environment so much quieter. And if you think it's weird, you can let go of it because most people walk around like this at the gym anyway, right? So what's the difference? What matters the most is that your workout is enjoyable for you. Here's one other thing related to music. I actually, several months ago, switched to another gym. It's the same chain, but it's a different location. It's a little further away, but it's quieter. Sometimes I don't even have to use my super introvert hack. I can just work out with these guys and I'm perfectly fine. My 3rd tip is this. You don't have to talk to other people if you don't want to. Introverts typically don't want to talk to a lot of people. There are many people at the gym who work out in groups and they chit chat, talk a lot, and that's fine. If it works for them, they like it, they can do it. For myself and most other introverts that I know, we want to get in, get the work done, and get out. Of course, still be kind, and if somebody asks something, answer the question, be a kind person, but you don't have to stay and socialize for 10 minutes. The gym is one of the places where it's perfectly acceptable to put on your headphones, do your work, keep to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Tip number 4, The first time you go, allow yourself just to get familiar with the place. You don't even have to work out yet. For example, let's say you find the gym that you want to go and check out. So you can ask somebody at the front desk if they can show you around, or if you don't want to do that, then you can just ask if you can walk around and see what the place is like. You'll see where the things are, where you can stretch, where the dumbbells are located, where the cardio machines are, and so on. It's not that you have to start using all of these, sometimes hundreds of machines that are at the gym. You don't. The idea is just that you go in and you kind of understand what is where. It might just feel better and more comforting when you go in for a workout. You've already been there a couple of times or just one time and seen what it actually looks like. This is exactly what this first client that I described earlier did. And this works really well for highly sensitive people because it's the uncertainty that's oftentimes more stressful than the actual event itself. And once you know where things are and what to kind of expect, your nervous system can relax a little because everything feels more familiar. Tip number 5, have a plan to follow. One of the biggest nightmares for a new gym goer, especially if she's highly sensitive or introverted, is not knowing what the heck I'm going to do here. So you end up going from one machine to the next and guessing and thinking and wondering, feeling lost, and maybe copying somebody's exercise because this person looks kind of fit. I don't want you to do that. Go to the gym with a plan. And if you need one, I have my free Fit from Scratch workout plan right here. It's linked in the description. It's follow along style. You can literally do the entire workout with me. You don't have to use any machines. The goal here is simple. Never walk into the gym without knowing what to do. Tip number 6, get support. And when I say support, I don't necessarily mean having a person right there to work out with you. And if you're introverted, you may not want it. I personally, almost 100% of the time, work out alone. Only sometimes when I'm traveling and seeing an old friend, I might work out with a friend. But yeah, most of the time it's always just me. I have several clients who message me before they go to the gym because they feel nervous. And afterwards, they tell me how it went. And almost every time they say the same thing. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's really good to have somebody who understands what you're experiencing and who's encouraging you to keep on going. So if you have somebody who could support you with this, don't be afraid to lean on them a little bit. Tip number 7, find a quiet place if needed. Most gyms have group fitness rooms that are not always in use. And you can use this space if you just want to get away for a little bit, or if you want to maybe do your warm up or your cool down there. And I've used that many times myself too. For example, I really love to, after my workout, just lay down on the ground a little bit. Honestly, I don't even do a whole lot of stretching always, but I really like to just lay down. There's something very calming, very comforting, and I think it has to do with the ground. It's so literally grounding to lay down and let the nervous system kind of settle again. And it's super nice to do it in a quiet room. The other thing, if you really want to minimize the noise and the lights and the whole thing, you could even do your warm up or your cool down or laying on the ground at home. I've also done that. If I know that it's a day when I've been more overstimulated, then I might just do my warm up at home, then go to the gym and do the rest of my workout there. Tip number 8, limit your own distractions. We've already talked about the loud music at the gym, but what about your own distractions? Most people spend their rest breaks scrolling their phones, checking messages, doing updates on social media. And look, I'm not saying that you should never use your phone at the gym. We all do it sometimes. But if you're a person who gets overstimulated easily, it's going to be worthwhile to just pay attention to and notice how adding more input from your phone makes you feel when you are already in an environment that could be pretty overstimulating. Think about it. You got the music going, you got the lights flashing, you got tons of people around you. There's the clang of the iron. There's all kinds of things. And now every minute you are not working out, you're checking your messages or social media. That's a lot for a sensitive nervous system. Sometimes the best thing to do between your sets is to just rest. Notice how you're breathing. Notice what your body is feeling. Let your mind be quiet for a little bit instead of immediately reaching for another distraction. Again, I'm not judging you, and I sometimes check my phone at the gym, although not too often, but I really encourage you to pay attention how you feel during the workouts where you check your phone often and how you feel when you don't do it. You might find that when you're not on your phone between your sets, you leave the gym feeling more calm, more regulated, and at ease. Tip number 9, give yourself enough time to do the workout. This is especially important if you're highly sensitive and rushing around makes you more anxious. Anyone? One of my clients told me that she always makes sure that she has enough time to drive to the gym, do her workout, and drive back without feeling rushed. And I think this is super smart. People want to be more productive, more efficient, and get more done in less amount of time. And I get that. But if you're a sensitive person, this approach might actually work against you. If you're rushing to the gym, rushing through your workout, rushing back into your car, and then right on to the next thing, you're gonna feel stressed, not energized. And this is not what we wanted. I'd much rather see you do a shorter workout with full attention rather than rushing through all of the things super fast without much focus, because the goal isn't just to complete the workout and quickly move on to the next thing. The goal is to have an experience that feels manageable and sustainable so that you can keep doing it. See what happens when you give yourself this permission to do just one thing at a time, and that's your workout. And you might find that the whole experience is so much more enjoyable. Lastly, I want to say this. There is nothing wrong with being introverted, just like there's nothing wrong with being a highly sensitive person. There are a lot of strengths in both of these things. But just because you're that way, it shouldn't mean that you can't work out. Here's the thing, your health doesn't ask if you're introverted. Your body still needs resistance training. Your muscles need it, your bones need it, your overall metabolism needs it. It's just a matter of finding ways to make that gym experience more enjoyable and sustainable for you. And if you would like some extra help, I have some resources for you. The first is my Fit from Scratch workout plan. It is completely free, and you will find 3 workouts for complete beginners where you use just body weight and bands, and 3 workouts for those who already have some experience with using dumbbells. These workouts are follow along style, so you can literally watch me as I'm demonstrating everything and work out with me. The second resource is for highly sensitive people who experience physical manifestations of their sensitivity and too much stress. It's called the Strong and Sensitive course, and it includes 14 days of mindset tools. They're delivered to you as an audio file, and you also get workouts that are meant for highly sensitive people. And lastly, if you're looking for a workout plan where all your workouts are laid out for you, I have 2 options for you. One of them is Train to Build Starter, which is meant for beginners or for those who have had a long break from working out. These workouts are done with body weight and bands only, and this is an 8-week program. And the other one is Train to Build Intermediate, which is meant for people who already have some experience with weights and would like to have a month-to-month plan. So there's no guesswork, no thinking, you just have the plan in front of you and you go to the gym and get the work done. All these resources are linked in the description box below. If you found today's video helpful, then I would really appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the next video as well. Thanks again, see you next time.